We welcome you in live from the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series here in Atlanta, as we are officially live here in the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Race is supposed to be on Thursday, but here we go, racing on Saturday. As we welcome you live to this practice session, they're like 4 wide. Now 5 wide. Oh, he's gonna just just turned everyone. I don't know what that was all about, but yeah. That takes out a couple of cars, and they're still piling in. Still wrecking. Yeah, don't mind that. We're ready to go here tonight. Or today. I think it's the first time we've ever had a race this early in the day in real life. But yeah, we welcome you in live from the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. The 5th race of the season here at Atlanta. 6 minutes remain in this warm-up session. Qualifying is coming up next. Then the 130-lap race. So that's what we got for tonight. There's the 08 of Trenton Wilkin. Downey now through the trial he will go. There's the 77 of Cash Culp, the 7 of Matthew White, the 84 Geo Turpin. More cars line up here. The 60 of Ashton Milton, the 93 of Aiden Walker. There's Trenton Wilkin. And there's the Downey car down the back straightaway, making, I think, his first career. I think he's making his second career Cup Series start. There's the 21 and Daniel Mosteller in the 87 machine. There's Cash Culp's number 57, the 77 of Hunsicker. Jonathan Legger making his way onto the racetrack. There's Landon Fish. There's the Chandler machine. There's Cole Wilson. And they all head down the back straightaway here, coming back to the green flag for another lap. So there is Ashton Miller's number 60 machine. There's Aiden Walker. Will make the bumper, make the car about to go down to his bumper. I cannot talk today. So they're going to head down the back straight away. There's the 72 of Landon Fish. As they head on to the 1 and 2 turn of the racetrack. Oh, there's Matthew White up the racetrack a bit. So White's going to hit the wall. Going to save that thing. So we're ready for a super speedway style race here in Atlanta. That's what this racetrack produces now. There's cars getting ready to come onto the racetrack. There's Jonathan Legger down the back straightaway. So qualifying is coming up very shortly. As Legger will head down the back into 3 and 4 all by himself at the moment. He's P15. Has got a big pack forming up here, led by Geo Turpin, and then there's Walker to the middle lane. There's Miller up to the outside. We're going to be seeing all race long, and there's Matthew White just turned directly into Jamie McKinney, so I'm not sure what that was all about. So Jamie McKinney making his second start of the season. He made a start in the Daytona 500. Unfortunately, got taken out in a brutal crash late in that going. There's Turpin with the lead in this pack. Aiden Walker up to the outside, and Ashton Miller as well. Chandler will side draft down this back straightaway they come. So Toyota leading this line. Got a couple Chevrolets and a Ford behind there. There's Walker will get in line in front of the 60 of Ashton Miller. There's the 12 of Wilson up the track. Ooh, Landon Fish has a big shot from the 93 of Aiden Walker. Gets him split 3 wide. Now Landon Fish falling a little. I don't know what that was all about. So, I'm not sure what that was all about. That's like pretty much against the rules. Can't do that in practice. So here they go, 3 PLR cars sitting here on the front straightaway. There's Downey. There's Jamie McKinney in his part-time start down the back straightaway. Right now P14 on the board, looking to improve a little bit more on that. And there's the 21 Ortiz. As you see, the 13 of Cameron Chandler, I believe, making his first career start in the Cup Series. He's going to head out into the racetrack. Got a couple Xfinity starts under his belt. He's part-time in both series, though. And they all head on to the racetrack. Oh, Mosteller just got turned to the wall. So, Demo spins down the back straightaway, so not really sure what that was all about. Minute and 40 left here. So we go back to the race. We'll go back to qualifying, and then we'll see who will sit on pole for tonight. Landon Fish, top of the board here in practice. He's so far top. And there's the 7 of Ooh, McKinney's spinning. And he's now in front of the field. He's going to get drilled from Landon Fish. Upside down goes Jamie McKinney. And yeah, it's just practice. It doesn't matter at all. They're just having fun. There is the 60 of Ashton Miller. New paint scheme for Ethan Trendler Racing. That Carvana machine. As you saw the cars involved in an accident. There's Walker and Mosteller working their way. And there's Walker going to come down a pit road. More cars sitting here. Because getting ready to come onto the racetrack. As 3 cars head down this pack. That's Hunsicker, Miller, and White. So Matthew White, defending champion, is kind of a rough season. Luckily for him, is not that bad in the points. But since he always seems to get good stage points and stuff. And there's Miller's going to head through the grass. And he's going to spin out. Ooh, he's going to nearly slam into them. As, yeah, it's just practice. They're really just having fun at this point. So 14 seconds remain. That'll do it. Time to go qualifying here in the Atlanta Motor Speedway. And it's time to see who will be sitting on pole for tonight. As these drivers will all battle for the pole. As here we go. Qualifying has now ended. Practice is now ended. Time to go qualify. And there's Walker going to head on to the racetrack. First car. There's the 13 of Cameron Chandler. But Aiden Walker going to pick up another win. There's the 08 of Trenton Wilkin. There's Jamie McKinney. Jonathan Legger on the racetrack. There's Downey up the track. Hunsicker. Miller. And there's Walker going to start his lap down this front straightaway. And on to the back stretch goes Aiden Walker. There's Wilkin. Dean McKinney. Daniel Mosteller on the track. Gio Turpin. There's Matthew White going to head on down. Jonathan Legger as well. There's the 36 of Downey. 77 of Kevin Hunsicker up the track a bit. And they'll all come to green this time by. Aiden Walker puts us down his first lap, 31.96 for Walker. And Miller's goes top of the board, 31.94. 9.49, I mean. And there's Aiden Walker on his final lap down the back straightaway. Trenton Wilkin up the racetrack. So you're going to probably see a lot of these cars use the outside lane to their advantage in that first lap to build momentum and speed. As Miller's still top of the board. There's Cash Colt. The 12 of Wilson on the racetrack now. Jamie McKinney goes P7. There's Turpin down the back straightaway. Gets put down a lap time. Miller top of the board. Walker goes back top. Aiden Walker wraps up his qualifying. Now Hunsicker goes top of the board. Downey goes P2, Legger third. What a great qualifying session for Jonathan Legger. Matthew Whitesoft in P7 on his opening lap. There's Cameron Chandler. Gio Turpin P6. Oh, there's the 60 and Miller around down the back straightaway. He was P5. Aiden Walker, I think, is done. As Downey is now tied with Hunsicker. Downey's second now. Everything changing around. Trenton Wilkin goes to fourth. Jamie McKinney is tied for the pole as well, P3. So the top three are basically tied. I guess Hunsicker just got the advantage. Wilkin now backs it down. He is P4. Matthew White top of the board. Just in front of Hunsicker. There's Turpin. He'll go P5. Matthew White backs it down. I think Downey is on his final lap or maybe done. There's Cameron Chandler. on his first lap down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Here he comes. Out of turn number 4 to the front straightaway he goes. Cameron Chandler, where will he go on the board? He's right now P11. He will, I think, stay there. There's Cash Colt, P10 right now, down the back straightaway he goes. Through 3 and 4. Where will Culp go? He's got Matthew White on the front row of his own car, one he owns. Here comes Cash Culp. Will he improve? He only improves up to P10. There's Cole Wilson, backs us down to P11. Carlos Ortiz, still in the racetrack, down the back straightaway he goes, and yet to put down a lap. Oh, there's 13 to Chandler, he's done, he's spinning. Daniel Marceller has not gone out and track yet, as Matthew White stops. There's Ortiz. Down the front stretch he goes. Got some other notable cars that haven't put down laps yet. Ortiz goes P11, and he backs it down. That'll be done for qualifying for him. And here we go from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. I think that'll just about wrap up quali. There's Daniel Marceller get to go out on the racetrack. So here we go from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. As this race is delayed by 2 days, unfortunately, but now we're back. And it's time to go racing from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Who will be taking home the race victory tonight? As here we go from Atlanta. So we welcome you in live from the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. It's the 5th race of the season, and we are live here in Atlanta. We welcome you in. 130 laps for tonight, as we welcome you in live. From the Atlanta Motor Speedway, halfway break will be laps number 65. Matthew White going to be starting on pole, looking to pick up his first win of the season. So is Kevin Huntsicker, also looking to pick up his first win of the year. Top 7 are all looking for their first win of the season, so they all got pretty good starting spots. As we welcome you to the 5th race of the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series season, the 5th points race at least. As we are live here at Atlanta. Who will be taking home the race victory tonight? We are about to find out. So it's the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Was reconfigured into a super speedway style racetrack, still 1.5 miles, so the small super speedway we have. But it's going to be looking to put on a good show for tonight. It's not technically classified as a super speedway, but it definitely races like one. So drivers have been looking forward to this one for a while now. It's the 2nd super speedway style race of the season, as we had the Daytona 500 earlier in the year, the 1st race of the season. Now in the 5th race of the year, we go to Atlanta. The other super speedway style races left of the season, the Daytona Summer Race, which is the regular season finale, race number 15, and then the Talladega Fall Race, which I think is race number 18 in the playoffs. So Matthew White, Kevin Huntsicker, 2 PLR cars going to be starting on the front row. PLR has dominated this season so far. They have won every single race, 4 races in a row. That I think is team history. Highline may have tied that last season. But yeah, Highline Motorsports not having a good season at all. Not the one they wanted. As we roll off, welcome you in live from Atlanta. There's Huntsicker and White going to be on the front row here. So we are now live from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. This race, the 5th one of the season. So Huntsicker and said McKinney P2, but Matthew White can be on the front row. Matthew White looking for his first win of the year. As we roll down the back straightaway and welcome you live to Atlanta. Another week, another race. It's been 9 days since we last raced in the Cup Series. had the Xfinity race on Wednesday night. We were supposed to have the race on Thursday, but it got delayed until tonight. Or today, I should say. So almost 2 days of a delay have put us to this moment in Atlanta, ready to come to green. Matthew White, Kevin Hunsaker, Downey, McKinney, Turpin, your top 5. Chevrolet, row 1, Ford and Chevrolet, row 2, Toyota and Chevrolet, row 3. As here we go from Atlanta, ready to get this race underway. Pace car is in. Matthew White will lead them to the green with his teammate to the outside. Here we go. To the Geico restarts and they go. We're racing in Atlanta. Green flag flies underway. Daryl Downey in the bottom of the racetrack gets pushed from Gio Turpin, and he will lead the opening lap here in Atlanta. So Gerald Downey in the bottom of the racetrack he goes. Leads the first lap. You see Jonathan Leger with a good qualifying effort now. P3 in the inside lane. The outside lane with Matthew White and the 77 of Kevin Hunsaker trying to get something working up there. But Downey in the bottom leads that lap. And now he's leading here in Atlanta. But here comes Matthew White back up to the outside line. Matthew White looking to get help from his teammate behind him. Hunsaker pushes him out there, and he's back to the lead. So what a great shot to the outside. McKinney clears low. And what a great move from Jamie McKinney. To the bottom of the racetrack he goes. Side by side for the lead. Oh, McKinney gets a big shot for the Gerald Downey machine and the 36 machine. All of them hang on. Now McKinney side by side. Matthew White here. Kevin Hunsaker from the outside, pushing Matthew White a little bit loose. So the outside lane trying to work with Matthew White and Kevin Hunsaker. 2 teammates up there with Chevrolet's trying to work. And then you got an ETR Ford and a Black Widow Motorsports Chevrolet with Jamie McKinney on the bottom of the racetrack. Side by side they go. Jamie McKinney working the bottom lane nicely. But the outside lane with those teammates starting to roll it up nicely as well. As there's Matthew White getting pushed out, back to the lead. So Matthew White looking for his first win since, I believe, Michigan last season. He won the championship, obviously, last year, but did not win the race. And it's been a while since he last actually won a race, but Matthew White now up front, your pole sitter here in Atlanta. Got Hunsaker, your pole sitter from, I think, last week in Iowa, on his rear bumper. And that outside lane with Trenton Wilkin, Aiden Walker, Daniel Mosteller coming with a run. As, yeah, the outside are really forming up nicely here. They're now clear 4 cars, and Mosteller looking to get clear on the outside as well. But Matthew White leads here in Atlanta with Hunsaker on his bumper. Here's Trenton Wilkin third. He looks to push the 77 out there. Aiden Walker to the rear bumper of the 08 of Wilkin. Ooh, Mosteller a little bit loose there on the back straightaway from a push from Cash Culp. As Matthew White leads up to the outside line. Doing a nice job here early in this race. Matthew White leading in Atlanta. Hunsaker second, Wilkin third. How about Aiden Walker P4 as well? Looking to get another win, your points leader. As Hunsaker's been pretty committed to the rear bumper of the 7-car Matthew White here early in this race. Once it gets to the end of the stage, I believe, they'll probably start trying to actually race. Yeah, PLR working with each other very nicely here early. They got the top 3 positions, I think. Got a Spike Shine Racing P4. on the 9th lap of this event here in Atlanta. The Xfinity race only, I think, had 3 caution flags. They're the first 3 incidents we had in the Xfinity series since Fontana. Actually, I only had 2 incidents. That was including the halfway breaks. Landed Fish on the bottom. But the inside lane not really too formed up here early. Matthew White gets pushed out on the outside. See Ortiz, a couple other cars, Gio Turpin, trying to make something work back there. See Cash Culp nearly goes low. And there's cars behind him starting to work with some momentum. There's Daniel Mosteller going low. Aiden Walker will go as well. Trenton Wilkin. And there's Matthew White to the outside. He just gets in front of his teammate, so that really didn't help anything. There's Hunsicker. He goes back up to the outside. Everyone trying to work. But there's Mosteller leading the inside lane with Culp on his bumper. They go down low as well. Trenton Wilkin will block. Wilkin running solidly in the top 3. He's had a rough Xfinity season. Has had good speed all races, basically. Even sat on the pole in Atlanta a couple of days ago. But unfortunately for him, got taken out in a lot of those races. Pretty sure 3 of the 4 races gotten taken out in a late race crash. But he's running 3rd here in the Cup race. Here's Carlos Ortiz to the outside line with Gio Turpin on his bumper. See, the outside starting to form back up here. Oh, got a car on the wall. Ashton Miller just slaps it a little bit. Everything is okay, I think. So there's Walker leading the inside lane for Mosteller on his bumper. Now they're coming with a run. Here's Aiden Walker side by side with Matthew White. Door to door for the lead. Ooh, Cash Culp on the bottom of the racetrack he goes. Gerald Downey as well. Side by side for this lead, though. 15-car pack, basically. Walker on the bottom of the racetrack gets pushed for Mosteller. Aiden Walker getting pushed out here early. And he is clear for the lead. New leader in Atlanta, and it is Aiden Walker. Not what the competition wants to see. But here's Matthew White going to work the outside line once again. Daniel Mosteller all over the rear bumper of the 93 of Aiden Walker. Ooh, Mosteller hits the apron a bit, launches up the racetrack. Here's Cash Culp nearly clear as well. So Demos to the rear bumper of Aiden Walker. They're all going to clear to the outside. That allows Gerald Downey for a second down low, but they go back to the low side of the racetrack. So the top 2 are both Bike Shine racing cars, with Aiden Walker and Daniel Mosteller. Then you got a PLR car, P3. More PLR cars up to the outside, Matthew White and Kevin Hunsicker. But Chevrolet dominating here early, because they have been dominating most of the season. In Xfinity, they have 0 wins. And I think even 0 stage wins. But Aiden Walker leading here. There's Daniel Mosteller still pushing on his bumper. Cash Culp running in 3rd. For the top, I think about 6 cars are single file here on the bottom yet again. You can see back there, trying to get reformed up. Carlos Ortiz wraps the outside line. There he comes with help from Gio Turpin, Darrell Downey, Jonathan Legger in this as well. As they're starting to get a little bit racy up there. Saw Mosteller work bottom on Aiden Walker just for a second. Now he goes back up to the outside, but looking to kind of stay in line, though. Ooh, nearly making contact behind him. Ortiz and the 77 Hunsicker. Oh! Car in the wall! Back straightaway. They crash. Caution is out for the first time tonight. See Jamie McKinney involved. And I think it was the 77 Hunsicker. Big wreck. You saw Hunsicker just got turned there. Let's take a look what happened to bring out the first caution flag tonight. So first yellow flag here on the 18th lap. Carlos Ortiz. Oh yeah, he just turned Hunsicker there. So think Oh, Gerald Downey got some damage. Most of the cars are able to avoid that. Jamie McKinney spun out. But that brings out the first caution flag of the night, with Aiden Walker out front. So first yellow flag flies tonight. And there he is, Aiden Walker leading the race with his teammate, Daniel Mosteller, P2. But Hunsaker's car looks pretty damaged. And they're coming down the pit road. Led by Aiden Walker, Daniel Mosteller, P2. Here you see Cash Culp third. Matthew White still able to get fourth. Gio Turpin, P5. And they're coming down to pit, service their race cars. First pit stops of the day. They've got, I think, 4 sets in the pits. And now they're coming down to pit. They're going to put that number 1 set on. So at the number 1 pit stall is Matthew White. You see Hunsaker there. Ooh, Gerald Downey, I think, overshot his stall. Gonna have to... No, he didn't. He didn't have to back up. I thought the 77 pit stall was there. Gio Turpin with a great stop. He's going to be out second. Daniel Mosteller takes the lead here with another great stop. And we'll see what's happening behind him. Aiden Walker just races off Ashton Miller. I think Walker got it. There's Cash Culp, loses a couple of positions. Actually, Cole Wilson gaining a couple. I think Matthew White lost a few. There's Landon Fish. I think he holds in P8. And there is Jamie McKinney. He's involved in that crash. Hunsaker's got some suspension damage, so he's going to have to try to repair that one. So the first yellow flag flies here in Atlanta, 20 laps in of this 130-lap race. Still a long ways to go, 110 laps to go. Guaranteed halfway break lap number 65. So that'll award top 10. That'll award stage points to the top 10. As we welcome you, the first caution flag tonight. How about Gio Turpin? He's up to P2, and Daniel Mosteller gains 2 positions on pit road. Aiden Walker actually lost 2, so not a great stop for him. As we work under this caution flag here in Atlanta. So, already 1 lap to go until we come down to the restart zone here. And here we go from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. So Daniel Mosteller and Gio Turpin will lead the field to the green here. And here we go, pace car back in. Mosteller, Turpin, front row. Here we go, coming to green. Back underway in Atlanta. Not a great start at all for Gio Turpin. And they're going to fall back through the field a little bit back there. Here's Mosteller getting a great shot from Walker. That's something you don't see every day. They're gone, but they're going to have to be careful because the package is going to get a big run coming on their rear bumpers. So here comes Matthew White with a big run. We just talked about this, how this was going to happen. There's Mosteller with help from Aiden Walker on his bumper, pushing him down this back straightaway. Matthew White the third. And there's the 84 of Turpin up the track. Got another Carvana car pushing up there. Not teammates, though. Both two different teams, Legacy Sim Club and 18 Trendler Racing. How about Jamie McKinney in the P3? Pack kind of split up, though. You can see McKinney running 4th. There's Turpin up to the outside. Jonathan Legger down low. Ashton Miller pushing him as well. But your Daytona 500 champion, Daniel Mosteller, leads down the back straightaway. There's Jonathan Legger down low. See the 7 of Matthew White going to get on his rear bumper. On his front bumper, I'm sorry. And these 3 cars are kind of pulling away. They're all organized up. And the cars behind them are all side by side. But it's only 3 cars, so it shouldn't last too long. Here comes McKinney up the racetrack with a push from Gio Turpin. Legger goes down low. Here he goes side by side with the 32 McKinney. Matthew White will drop down to the bottom of the racetrack. He's running in P3, but here comes Jonathan Legger. Coming with some momentum. He's to the inside of Matthew White. Legger with a big run. He goes down low. Looking to get to the inside of Aiden Walker. The only Dodge in the field. Side, oh, nearly making contact. Jonathan Legger lost a lot of time down there. Got loose or something. Here's Landon Fish all the way on the apron. And now everyone trying to sort it out. I was not sure what happened to Jonathan Legger now. There's kind of almost single file. Not what they wanted to see. But Daniel Mosteller will lead this race. As everyone has to try to regroup here. Legger got loose or something. Not sure what happened to Jonathan Legger. Here's Walker on the rear bumper of that 87 of Mosteller. So Demo's leading his first lap since, I believe, Fontana. Had a good race down to Fontana. Unfortunately, got caught up in a late race accident. Put him out of contention for the win. But he already won the first race on the Super Speedways this season. Actually, no, I was mistaken before when I said PLR cars won all the races. They won Daytona, and then they won... Spike Shine Racing won 3 of the races. The other 3 races that happened with Aiden Walker. So they went 3 in a row. They're looking to make history once again with 4 races in a row, winning for Aiden Walker. If they could do that, that would be extremely impressive. But he lost a lot of the field behind him. Chandler now losing the draft. So is Landon Fish, Wilson, Ortiz, and Hunsicker. They're going to be hoping for a caution flag here pretty soon. You saw Jonathan Legger got really loose down there. Really split up the entire pack. They'll get a guaranteed caution in about 36 laps time. But Mosteller works down the back straightaway with Aiden Walker on his bumper. Aiden Walker, your points leader right now. Looking to take home his first career championship in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. And that 93 of Walker. Here comes the run to the outside with Gio Turpin. 2 Toyotas work up there. And Ashton Miller. They'll try to take the fight up here. There's Matthew White. He's going to go up to the outside. Walker and Mosteller also react. 2 teammates. But Matthew White looks down low. He'll go to the inside. As they work side by side. Gio Turpin. To the outside lane he goes. He actually was able to pick up the race victory in the Xfinity race earlier this week in Atlanta. It was a great 1-2 finish for Legacy Sim Club, but here comes Matthew White working the inside lane. Walker, second. Still all over the rear bumper of that Matthew White machine. 2 teammates working together. You probably won't see them get too split up, but you got 2 Toyotas, non-teammates in the outside lane as well. So will they decide to go low? Got Matthew White starting to build a run with Trenton Wilkin on his bumper. So far, no run coming yet. But here's Jamie McKinney, pulls out a line. He's side by side. But he's really got no help now, as everyone else decided to go up to the outside. Kind of surprising. As McKinney will fall back to the field. Matthew White got loose down there. Just was able to hang on to that car. Ooh, Walker slapped the wall. But here's Matthew White down low as well, with help from Trenton Wilk and Cash Culp. But the inside really kind of loses some momentum down in the straightaways. Matthew White looking back to the inside of Daniel Mosteller, though, with a big run coming now. Wilkin nearly makes it 3 wide, but he's going to stay on the rear bumper of the 7 of Matthew White. And he'll keep on pushing him. There's Mosteller up the track. Walker on his bumper. They're pushing down on the inside. Yeah, you can see down the straightaways, Matthew White and Trenton Wilkin kind of lose a lot of momentum. Then they all gain it back through the corners. Some cars have to be careful not to get lapped here. Chandler, Fish, Wilson, and Ortiz all have lost the draft. Hunsiker's back on the racetrack, but 13 laps down. Yeah, difficult going here for Kevin Hunsiker. He still has the opportunity to gain some spots, though, which are very valuable points, which could matter late in the season. As obviously, as wins don't lock you in anymore, points are more valuable than ever. Wins only lock you into the next round of the playoffs. That's the only thing you can actually do for that. Oh, Miller! It's the wall! He's going around! It's the wall goes down as well! 2 of the ETR cars crash. Caution is out for the 2nd time. And the yellow flag will fly. Caution out. Let's take a look. Yeah, Miller just got into the wall there, and then collected his teammate Downey. So unfortunate for ETR. We get both their cars taken out. And they look to have pretty significant damage. Bring out the yellow flag here in Atlanta. For the 2nd time. And Daniel Mosteller out front. Most cars elect to come down pit road here. Going to the 2nd yellow flag of the night, lap 38. And they're coming down to pit road. Daniel Mosteller will lead them off. Here they come to pit. Mosteller going to get that pit stall. Oh, he's going to miss that pit stall. Not what he needed to do. And Turpin will actually stay out. He'll gain the lead on this exchange. Not talk. And Walker going to be out first. Matthew White's 3rd. Mosteller loses a position on pit road. So there is Aiden Walker. He's running right now in the 3rd position. Landon Fish also stayed out, so they will regain the lead. They'll be on the front row. So good stops for Aiden Walker there. Not a great stop at all for Daniel Mosteller. He's going to lose the position. You also saw him overshoot his pit stall there, so not what he needed to do. But working you under this yellow flag here in Atlanta. The 2nd one of the night. There were 2 ETR cars going around. So here we go, working down this front straightaway. We'll be back in just a second. Probably going to be lining up to go green here. As here we go. 1 to go till we come back to the restart. So it'll be lap number 41. Gio Turpin's going to lead him off. And you can see his number 84 car. He'll lead them off. And here we go from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Ready to come back to this restart here. Green flag back in the air. Gio Turpin. Aiden Walker on the front row. Matthew White. I'm sorry. Landon Fish not getting a good start at all. Matthew White going to get that third position. And Daniel Mosteller falling into that fourth spot. So it'll be Gio Turpin up front here in Atlanta. And he will lead in his Toyota Camry. Toyota Camry. So Turpin, Walker, White, Mosteller, Culp, your top 5. And Gio Turpin leading his first laps of the day. The last time he led laps was, I think, the Daytona 500. She actually got caught up in a pretty early race crash. And here they come down the front stretch. Caution is out. So yellow flag is out. Oh, we got a crash! Kevin Huntsinger and the 21 Ortiz goes around. So let's take a look. Huntsinger and Ortiz again. You saw, oh, he's just going to door slam him. Yeah, Huntsinger was not happy with Carlos Ortiz, but just going to take him out. Not really sure what that was all about. So Carlos Ortiz got absolutely nailed. And that'll bring us under a third caution flag tonight. So I don't really know if that was necessary for him. As Gio Turpin still up front here, leading his first laps of the night. So working you under this caution flag here in Atlanta. As we'll see if anyone elects to come down a pit road. As we'll have Turpin with the lead. So we'll see if anyone elects to come down a pit. You see them still on the racetrack. As we'll still running under this caution flag. We'll be back in just a second, having a couple technical difficulties. As, yeah, we'll be coming back to the green hopefully pretty soon. So 45 laps into this Atlanta race here for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series, the fifth race of the season. We're about 20 laps away from the halfway break. That'll award stage points to the top 10. As we welcome you back in here in Atlanta. We also got guest broadcaster in here, so your Season 3 NASCAR FedEx Cup Series champion with NASCAR E5 Milk is now in the booth.
Hello? Can you hear me better?
Yeah, I think it's all good. So here we go. Pace car is in. And we're back underway in Atlanta. Gio Turpin, Aiden Walker on the front row, back to green. So Turpin's Toyota Camry will lead the field to the green. He'll block up to the outside with Aiden Walker. Walker now getting pushed from Daniel Mosteller. Mosteller all over the rear bumper of his teammate in the 93. Down the backstretch they go. How about a big run up there from Mosteller and Walker? Aiden Walker leading the field, looking to go 4 in a row, which should make history once again. There's Mosteller, your Daytona 500 champion, on his rear bumper. How about Jonathan Legger down low? Landon Fishy side by side with that Ford. The only Dodge in the field goes down low. They head on to the back straightaway. How about Landon Fish going down low? He doesn't really have a whole lot of help there at all. Matthew Utkin up to the outside line. Trying to side draft here down the back straightaway. Landon Fish going to fall back a little bit. And these top, I think, Trenton Wilkin now goes down low. I was about to see these top 5 cars were all single file, but now they're back down low with Trenton Wilkin. But he's losing a bit of time down this front straightaway. Aiden Walker out front here in Atlanta. Walker getting a big shove from Daniel Mosteller. Become to complete lap number 50. See Matthew White running third. Gio Turpin still in P4. Landon Fish down low. He has no help. He's just side drafting basically on the bottom. Trying to do something. Gonna have to hope that someone pulls out a line. But we're getting closer to the end of the stage here. All bets will be off pretty soon once all the stage points are on the table. There's Mosteller down low of Walker. Nearly makes a move down to the inside. Jamie McKinney. Cole Wilson back there. There is the 08 of Wilkin with Legger on the low. Car on the wall. Oh, in the wall they go once again. Hard in the wall goes Wilson. He's able to save it. We stay green. So we will keep him under the green flag here in Atlanta. And Aiden Walker will lead down this back straightaway. Now the top cars are all basically single file here. But you saw Cole Wilson take that hard shot to the wall. He's kind of falling back. And yet, not what he needed to do. There's Legger going down low just for a second. But Walker getting a big shove from Daniel Mosteller. Jamie McKinney actually being scored a lap down, and so is Carlos Ortiz at the moment. They're both in this pack, but right now being scored a lap down. One retiring car. That is Kevin Huntsicker in his number 77. As Walker getting a big shove from Mosteller. All single file up to the outside line, but I'm pretty sure this will change pretty soon, as they're going to be all fighting for stage points. And lap number 65 is your halfway break. And top 10 will all get stage points, with the stage winner getting a playoff point as well. So all of them keep it up to the outside line. Aiden Walker out front here in Atlanta. Coming closer to the end of this stage here. Walker leads, Mosteller second, Matthew White third. Gio Turpin, I think, is going to be probably that first car to make a move, as he's got 3 affiliated teammates' cars ahead of him. Single file up to the outside line for the first time all day long. Oh, crashing! Downey in the wall! Landon Fish! Jamie McKinney spin! Caution out! And we'll bring out another yellow flag here in Atlanta. Take a look. Ooh, McKinney just got a shot from Gerald Downey. Ortiz involved, and that just hooks Landon Fish. So most of the cars involved in this accident, not a whole lot of damage, but brings out the 4th yellow flag of the night. And this is going to be coming pretty close to the halfway break, so have another caution flag after this pretty soon. So Aiden Walker out front now. We'll see if the cars elect to come down to pit road once again. And there's Aiden Walker's 93 car. He's going to back that thing down. And here they come to pit. Aiden Walker. Mosteller will actually stay out. Matthew White will stay out as well. So will Gio Turpin. Ooh, that Fish car is kind of tracking the wrong direction in his 72. He's going to come down to pit road. There's Miller. Still sitting on pit road. He's gotta be multiple laps down at this point. There's Wilkin. And they all come down to pit. Probably about like 5-6 cars coming down to pit road. Miller will service his race car, be out. Ashton Miller scored 20 laps down, so I'm not really sure what happened to him. But here they come. Off pit road. Aiden Walker going to get that first spot out. He's going to be 4 now in the race. Cash Culp and everyone else. Aiden Walker now going to be P4, your first car on fresh tires. Daniel Mosteller going to be P1. So he will lead this race here in Atlanta. So yellow flag flies here in Atlanta. For the 4th time tonight. So a couple of quick yellows. We ran pretty green early in this race. So 60 laps in. We'll come back to the restart pretty soon. Now 1 lap to go. So we'll have a pretty quick shootout for the stage win. So this should go interesting. There's Walker, Matthew White. So Gonna be interesting. I cannot talk. Gonna be interesting restart here. Matthew White looking to get his first stage win of the season, I think. So that'll give him some good points if we can do that. So here we go. Lap number 61 is when we'll come back to the restart. And again, the halfway break is the end of lap number 65. Pace cars in. See a lot of cars in the bottom, so should be an interesting restart. Here we go to the Geico restart zone. Green flag, Mosteller. White, front row, back to green. Mosteller will block to the outside lane. See Gio Turpin there with Cameron Chandler on his bumper. Here's Matthew White to the back bumper of Daniel Mosteller. Gio Turpin leads that inside line. But Demos wraps the outside with a big shove from Matthew White. You'll see the inside really closing in the corners. But the outside will prevail on the outside line. As there's Mosteller going to go low. 4 laps to go in the stage. And the battle is on now for the stage win. Mosteller blocking multiple lines. He's got Matthew White to block up to the outside. He's got Gio Turpin to block down to the inside. Here's Turpin. To the bottom of the racetrack he goes. With 3 laps to go on the stage. Yeah, but you can see the inside lane really not formed up too nicely. Turpin down low. Side by side with Mosteller. Mosteller gets a great shove out for the lead once again from Matthew White. But here's Gio Turpin. Yeah, but you can see on the front straightaway, really does not have the momentum he needs. Now Walker on the outside going to be pulling up there as well. Will Walker elect to go low? No, he will not. 2 to go in the stage. Big shove from Cameron Chandler to the rear bumper of the 84 of Turpin. They're not kind of locked off bumpers there. Will Mosteller block low this time by? Coming back to 1 lap to go on the stage. Daniel Mosteller trying to lead them all. Take the green, white, checkered flag. Matthew White in line on the outside. What will he do? Down the back stretch they head. Demos trying to pick up the stage win here. 1 last charge for Gio Turpin and Cameron Chandler down low. Through 3 and 4. Final lap of the stage. Here they come. Daniel Mosteller will see the green, white, checkered flag. He will win the halfway break. And that'll bring out the yellow flag here in Atlanta. Daniel Mosteller sees the green, white, checkered flag, and he will collect 10 stage points from this. Mosteller wins the stage. What a great battle at the end of there. You can see the inside lane really not too formed up there. But they still did a nice job trying to get stuff working. As we welcome you back in live to the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Daniel Mosteller up front. He picked up the green, white, checkered flag here. And we'll see cars come down a pit road this time by. So, we're going to try this once again. Got Milk back in the booth. Your Season 3 NASCAR FedEx Cup Series champion on NASCAR Heat 5.
Hello?
And we now can hear you this time. So here we go. Mosteller coming down to pit road. Alright, so they're coming down to pit. Daniel Mosteller going to get that pit stall down there. Matthew White going to be in that number 1 pit stall. As here they come to service their race cars. And Walker going to be out first. Cash Culp second, so maybe just 2 tires and fuel only. And Culp be out second. There's Wilkin gaining a few positions, P3 now. Jonathan Legger now P4. Matthew White 5th. Daniel Mosteller losing a lot of positions on pit road. So will Gio Turpin. So an extended stop for these 2 cars. So, Milk, I know it's your first race with us here commentating, but what do you expect to see in the second half of this event here in Atlanta?
Well, I saw it's already been pretty crazy, and there's been a lot of cautions. I expect it's probably going to get a little more crazy with wanting to win. I think Mosteller's been fast. I think he's probably going to be up front at the end.
So we go Aiden Walker up front. Ooh, I'm not sure what's going on with the Aiden Walker machine. It looks like he may have been out of fuel, but looks to be okay now for Walker. So, not going to come down to pit road. I thought they were for a second, Cash Culp and Daniel Mosteller, but how about Trenton Wilkin? He's P3 right now. Cole Wilson going to be back on the racetrack. I think Jamie McKinney may have gotten the free pass, but right now still on pit road. So it's 1 to go till a restart here in Atlanta. Landon Fish still sitting on pit road. McKinney as well. Landon Fish will now come onto the racetrack. There's Jamie McKinney's number 32. So they'll all catch up to the rear of the fields. Here we go. Walker, Culp on the front row. Coming back to green. Here we go. Pace car in. Walker, Culp on the front row. You see the inside lane really lined up. So there's a lot of cars that had to go tail end of the field. Green flag. We're back underway here in Atlanta. Oh, Jonathan Legger gets a little bit loose there. Gets split 3 wide from Daniel Mosteller. There's Aiden Walker leading this race up to the outside line with help from Cash Culp. Can Aiden Walker pick up another victory this season? Here's Wilkin down low. Wilkin to the bottom of the racetrack he goes. Trenton Wilkin looking for the lead, side by side with Aiden Walker. Walker up to the outside line. And now Culp all over the rear bumper of that 93 of Walker. They come onto the front straightaway to complete lap number 73. Sorry, lap number 72 they're coming to complete. Now on lap number 73. There is Walker up the racetrack. Here's Cash Culp to his rear bumper. Trenton Wilkin working down low. Daniel Mosteller. Third car up to the outside. Wilkin getting pushed from Matthew White. You can see back there, cars starting to work together. And on to the back stretch they go. How about Cash Culp? Running in P2, he's had kind of a rough season, but his cars have had a great season. Now he's running in second. He's his owner-driver, and his cars have won most of the races so far this year. Culp looking low just for a second on Aiden Walker. How about Gio Turbin also running fourth? The last time we really saw him here contending was the Daytona 500. But now riding high on the momentum from the Xfinity win earlier this week. Wilkins side by side with Jamie McKinney. The inside lane really not forming up too well. Kind of falling back. So after all the chaotic racing, I didn't think we would see single file all day today. But maybe it's time to ride a little bit. Here's 77 laps into this 130 lap race. This is usually about the time where they decide to ride. Still got some time to go. And Cash Culp running in P2 behind Aiden Walker. How about Trenton Wilkin going down low with Matthew White? He's going to try to give him some help. They race side by side. Wilkin with a help from that 7 car. Wilkin down to the inside nearly of Legger, but those 2 cars not really doing the greatest of jobs up there on the inside. So it's kind of all weird right now because there's cars in this pack, that are laps down, I think. Wilson to lap down. Ortiz is 2. Wilson's 3. Miller's still sitting on pit road. He got 2 retirees in this race. So it's been an interesting race so far tonight. There's Mosteller to the outside, just of Cash Culp. Culp will block low. Got that run coming back there as well from Matthew White and Landon Fish. So 80 laps into this race here in Atlanta. Coming down to 50 laps to go. Again, once you're under green here in Atlanta in the super speedway style racing, the laps will definitely click off pretty quickly. So I think this is the perfect time to go to a Saturday, not night, but first time ever Saturday day, crank it up in Atlanta for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. As we welcome you back in live in Atlanta. Under that crank it up, Matthew White was able to take home the race lead. Now he's out front with Aiden Walker on his rear bumper. Coming in lap number 90. Also saw cars trying to make some moves back there. Jonathan Lager down to the bottom of the racetrack he goes. We're also losing some cars in this pack, so every couple of laps or so we lose a couple of cars. We got Ortiz and I think the 12 of Cole Wilson, two teammates for Team Chevy Motor Club up there. They're lapped down right now. Off in the distance, ahead of these two leaders, you can see them right there on the 21 and the 12. So they're gonna have to be careful not to get put another lap down. Probably gonna be needing caution flag. He's got cars racing behind him. There's Turpin. Up to the outside. Chandler goes low just for a second. And here they come to the front straightaway once again. Matthew White getting a big shove from Aiden Walker. Cash Culp third. Catching up to these two lap cars, so well, luckily they're single file up to the outside lane. They finally got back single file. And they're going to just work their way up to the outside of those two lap cars. There's Matthew White up to the outside of Aiden Walker. Cash Culp there as well. So starting to click off laps pretty quickly here in Daytona. Or, I don't know why I just said that. Atlanta. Not even close. Matthew White leading laps here late in this race. About 36 laps to go coming to now in this event. Top 5 are White, Walker, Culp, Wilkin, and Mosteller. They'll all try to hold this lead. So Matthew White looking to pick up his first win of the season here tonight. So he's leading here in Atlanta. Aiden Walker second, Cash Culp third. So Walker all over the rear bumper of Matthew White. Those are your two wins leaders. Matthew White, your defending champion. Aiden Walker has the most wins in the series. So those are your two wins leaders all time in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. They've been the most dominant, and now they're leading this race. So I think it's go time. Probably about 15 to go. So probably about maybe 15, 16 more laps until we see them actually start getting racy. Once again, we see Jonathan Lager down low. He's trying to make something happen. It's really the first time all night they've been single file like this. Been an interesting race. So last caution flag was, I think, just after the halfway break. We've been green all so far after that. Here we go. Come to lap number 100. Here in this race at Atlanta. Been a pretty fun one so far. And now in typical super speedway fashion for most of the time, they're single file up to the outside, starting to log laps. Coming to late in this race, but probably not too far off from go time. We only have 30 laps to go. But Matthew White definitely hoping to be able to take home the race victory tonight in his number 7 machine. Be his first win of the season, if he can do that. Cash Culp in that third position looking for his first career win. So is Trenton Wilkin. You got 2 drivers with 1 career wins, Daniel Mosteller, and Gio Turpin. Cameron Chandler looking for his first win. So is Jonathan Legger, Jamie McKinney, Cole Wilson, Carlos Ortiz, and basically a lot of the rest of the field, besides Landon Fish and I think Kevin Hunsicker. We've seen Legger actually kind of make the inside lane work for a second there, but he does not really have too much help there. No one really working low with him. I guess they think it's a little bit too early, which it is, to be actually making moves like that. So here we go. Starting to close down the laps in this one. Unfortunately, Milker, one of our FedEx Cup Series champions in the NASCAR 85, was not able to join this. Had some technical difficulties, but he will join us for the interviews later. So we'll have some post-race interviews. He'll be in the booth for them. And I'll probably be doing some of them. We'll be interviewing your winner and some other drivers as well. All on the post-race show here. This race has not disappointed so far tonight. I know we're single file right now, but first time all night, and we're just trying to lock some laps. This happens at every super speedway race. Doesn't matter what it is. Pretty much impossible to not go single file. There's actually a very rare case in the Daytona 500. I don't think they really went single file. And then the Xfinity race in Daytona, they didn't go single file for a single lap. They were door-to-door for the lead all race long. That was a fun one to watch. 25 laps left in Atlanta. Matthew White off bringing out a slow car down low. That's Carlos Ortiz, so he's rolling slow. So will this bring out a caution flag? Here's Culp to the rear bumper of the 93 of Aiden Walker. Legger down low once again. You can just see him in frame now. Trying to make something happen. Walker, I think, got the 7 up the racetrack a bit. Got him a little bit loose. But yeah, the intensity will start to pick up as we get later and later into this race. Matthew White up front. Aiden Walker running second. Cash Culp running third. Five yellow flags so far tonight. Will we have a 6th, or will we run it green to the ends? And one of those caution flags being the halfway break. Last 2 races or so have been kind of filled with caution flags, but kind of a refresher here. We don't have a whole lot of them. Fontana wasn't really filled with caution until the end. As Culp goes up high, just for a second. We're gonna try to get a draft out that 93 of Aiden Walker. But yeah, still running single file. Matthew White controlling this race at the moment. As every lap clicks off, the intensity builds even more. Matthew White, I think, leading the most laps he's led all season in this race. Your defending champion. There's Jamie McKinney now going down low just for a second. He'll fall back a little bit through the field. So the non-PLR affiliated cars, kind of said this in Daytona. You can see a lot of them behind there are going to have to try to start to make something work back there. As the top 5 are cars that aren't all on the same teams, but they work together in like the same shop area, I guess. And obviously on the racetrack. Spike Shine Racing and PLR as well. Those 2 race teams in the top 5. But Geoturpin running in P6. Can he sweep the weekends? That would be something else if he could do that. It'd be a big story. He was able to take home the race victory in the Xfinity race earlier this week. Actually, like 3 days ago. That race wrapped up. But Matthew White out front with 18 laps to go in this Atlanta race. Fortunately, we were able to get this race going. Fortunately, it got postponed a couple of days, but we're back. And we're ready to finish it off. Matthew White out front. He is hoping and praying he can hang on to pick up his first win of the season. Coming down to 16 laps to go in Atlanta. So I said with about 15 laps to go, that's when we would see probably see these cars actually get out of line and start the race. Right now, single file besides Jonathan Leger. Leger's the only car up there trying to see Mostello just for a second going down low. So you can't wait too long. Obviously, laps click off pretty quickly here in Atlanta. And everybody's going to be on for this win. A yellow flag could change everything. You never know what could happen late in this race. Yeah, again, once the intensity really starts to build... Ooh, Marcelo a little bit loose down the back straightaway. Again, once the intensity starts to build even more... I think that could bring up an opportunity for another caution flag. Walker all over the rear bumper of Matthew White. They will head on to the back straightaway once again. Matthew White has been so impressive tonight. Late in this race, can he hang on and pick up his first victory of the season? Walker looking for another victory to extend his points lead. Ooh, I think someone at the wall. Landon Fish spinning down low. So Fish will go around. He'll actually hang on to that thing. So Landon Fish will keep on going. And he'll be okay. We will stay green. So no caution flag flew that time by. Matthew White will lead him with 12 to go. We're still green. But yeah, no one really pulling out a line here out front. We see some cars, once again, Jonathan Leger down low trying to make something happen. It really hasn't worked out. He's really just kind of falling back to the back of this pack, which he doesn't need to do. Yeah, once again, the huge question is, when is it go time? As laps continue to click off here. There's the 13 of Chandler going down low. He's got to run. Mostello looked low for a second. He'll decide not to go low. Kind of surprised by that. I mean, you got to go. At some point, you really just got to go. Doesn't matter if it's your teammate. All bets are off. It's a Cup Series win in Atlanta. Legros go down low with Chandler. But the inside really not having the speed. They haven't really had it all race long. The outside has been dominant. Chandler back down low, but he's going to have to drop back in line here. Can't really do anything. So the PLR cars have been dominant this season. They've put in a ton of effort to be coming to this point. There. Remember last season they were kind of like mid-pack. But they rapidly expanded over the offseason. The 4 cars are their main team, and then they affiliated themselves with Spike Shine Racing. Now have an alliance built with them. That's what Aiden Walker drives and Daniel Mosteller. They've really gotten all the best drivers throughout season number 1. Kevin Huntiger and Matthew White. Bunch of Championship 4 drivers. And yeah, they've been very impressive. Coming down to only 7 laps to go. I think Walker and White have to be pretty comfortable with Cash Culp, the team owner. For all these cars, basically. You're only allowed to own 4 cars, but he's technically in an alliance with another team owner. As they're going low down there. Mosteller tried to do it for a second. He's going to actually try to side draft. Oh, Legger gets loose in the bottom. The 13 falls back. Matthew White still leading. Here's Walker. Just for a second goes down low. Intensity is once again rapidly picking up. There's Jamie McKinney. And Chandler. But the inside really not having the speed. Will we see Gio Turpin go down low? He's trying to kind of staying committed there. I'm surprised the 87 Mosteller didn't go down low. But Walker still all over the rear bumper of Matthew White. Still pushing him down this front straightaway with just 5 to go. You can see Jamie McKinney trying to do something once again on the bottom. Ooh, hard going down the line. Nearly wrecking. Mosteller gets loose. He hangs on. Now he's going to side draft the 13. Runs coming back there. Here's Gio Turpin. Cash Culp as well. 4 to go. Yeah, that inside lane is coming. Only got 2 cars, though. They're going to have to try to do anything they can. Turpin trying to get a run there with Cameron Chandler. There's Matthew White out front. Still looking for his first win of the season. You got 3 cars. Jamie McKinney's now going into this battle down low. Here they come, pushing down to the inside. Walker! Oh, the rear bumper of that 7 car will push him down low. Maybe they're maybe too far out here. Coming down at 2 laps to go this time by. The inside lane trying to get some momentum, but now they're falling back even more. Here's Mosteller low. Daniel Mosteller to the bottom of the racetrack he goes. Matthew White, lap and a half to go, down the back straightaway. Trenton Wilkins, well, he's looking to go low. Oh, but the outside lane gets more momentum. They've been dominant all race long. Here we go. Time to send him off. 1 lap to go in Atlanta. Walker all over the rebound of the 7 car. They're going down low. Here comes Cameron Chandler. Walker turns. He saves it. Into the wall nearly. Chandler down the back straightaway. Final time. Here they come. Cameron Chandler. Where will he go? Matthew White out front. Here's Cameron Chandler through 3 and 4. Chandler goes low just for a second. Final time out of turn number 4. Matthew White is going to win in Atlanta. What a finish. Matthew White, he's done it finally. He wins his first race of the season in Atlanta. Cameron Chandler comes home with a great P2. I'm not sure he came home with P3, but Matthew White has won in Atlanta. Gonna get congratulated for the 13 car, Cameron Chandler. Aiden Walker gonna congratulate him as well. So your defending NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series champion, Matthew White, has just won from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. He's gonna burn that thing down. Congratulations to Matthew White. He's gonna pick up the race victory tonight. And Cash Culp gets his first official team win since the Daytona 500. What a race. What a finish. Congratulations to Matthew White. He wins in Atlanta. Cameron Chandler nearly was able to get the race win there. Matthew is going to back it up there. Your winner from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Congratulations to him. He has done it in Atlanta. He picks up his 5th career win here from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. They're going to continue to burn that thing down. So he has done it. What a finish. We're going to take a look at that replay as well for that finish here in Atlanta. Yeah, Matthew White will do it. See if we can get him in. Okay, not going to be able to get an interview for Matthew White, unfortunately, tonight. But here we go, ready to get this interview underway from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. So, Jamie McKinney, you pick up a solid third place finish tonight in Atlanta. So, you're a part time driver, and we saw you making your second start of the season. So, how are you able to avoid all the chaos late in this race and pick up a podium finish?
Well, I was kind of involved in almost all of the chaos. Not the last one, but I was at least involved in like three of them. Like, I just went through all of the wreckage like unscathed, and repaired my car and stuff, and got back out on track. I was like a lap down, like halfway through the race, and I got lucky with that caution. So I just got lucky.
Um, is there anything you think you could have done better to get a better finish, or do you think you're lucky enough to get third?
I was lucky enough to get through. I don't think I could have done anything else there on the final lap. And I gotta thank my team, Blackwood Motorsports, for giving me the opportunity to drive this 32 car. And I can thank Geo Turpin for not wrecking me. And yeah, that's about it.
All right, well, congratulations on your podium finish here at Atlanta, and we'll see you in the next race you're able to do as a part time driver.
Yep, thank you.
Congrats.
So that does it for the first interview. We're going to go up to your race winning owner, Cash Culp. So Cash Colby, you come on with an eighth place finish today, but finally, your team won here. Is the last three wins were Spike Shine Racing wins. But yeah, you come on with an eighth place finish today, but your team gets the win. So how were you able to keep your team in line throughout the entire last run, and you were able to get the race win tonight?
Yeah, we had a lot of teamwork going. Me and Walker were making some. Me and Walker were rolling together early in the race, and then we got Andrew out there, and then I was like, all right, I kind of wanted to win this race. I'm like, but then I just made a dumb mistake at the made a dumb mistake on last lap, which hey, we still won, so I guess you can't really complain. But yeah, we're definitely still happy for the team. The PLR dominance tour continues. I mean, we can't lose this year. We haven't lost a single race this year, so really happy with our team. We got thank thanks to Matthew for finally getting his first win of the year. And what's next week, Bristol?
Yep.
All right, well we'll go dominate Bristol too. So that's a real talent-based track. So yeah, we'll go dominate there. Just really happy for our team and our sister team, Spike Shine, which is technically the same team, but shh. But a great team. Thanks to Demos for joining up today. We got bring a lot of stars.
How did you how did you think of the racing that happened throughout that race?
Alright, so Cash just left. We'll get an interview going with Geo Turpin.
Okay.
So, Cash Help, your race winning owner here, and he finished 8th in the race tonight, so. We'll get an interview now going with, actually, we're going to do it with Cameron Chandler. He came home with a 2nd place finish, so great job to Cameron Chandler for tonight. So, Cameron Chandler, you come home with a 2nd place finish tonight. You're a part-time driver, so how are you able to get through that and all that chaos in the late stages of the race, and you were able to come home with a great, come home with a great finish late in that race.
Really just all positioning. We tried to make a move back in the field, but couldn't really get anything to happen. Just a ton of side drafting. So I tried going around a ton of cars on the inside, then got lucky. Going to the inside on the last lap. We were able to get the second, and then I think Cass turned his teammate or something like that, and we just got stuck behind White and ended up finishing second.
How does it feel to be getting second? What are the feelings you're feeling after getting second throughout that one?
Disappointed, honestly. I thought I would have a run for him, but I mean, I got stuck in the bubble and couldn't really make anything happen coming to the line. So pretty disappointing finish for you guys, but all in all, still a good finish for the Team 7 Motor Club Pepsi.
All right,
Well, congrats on that second place.
Yep, thank you.
and we'll see you in the next race you're able to do.
Yeah, hopefully.
So we probably got like one more interview to go here. Geo Turpin, he came home with a 4th place finish, but he won the Xfinity race. And we'll get this interview going, probably maybe the final one. So Geo Turpin, after all that chaos late in the race, last couple of laps, you come home with a solid 4th place finish for tonight. So you're riding high on the momentum from the Xfinity win in Atlanta a couple of days ago. So how were you able to make your way through that chaos in the last lap and come home with a 4th place finish?
Yeah, we had a great run that last lap. Uh, we were in position to maybe fight for the win, but the the wreck happened in front of us, and the checkup happened. We didn't get damaged, but we had to slow up and check up, and that just killed our momentum, and we weren't really able to get a run and challenge the leaders. But a good solid top 5. After having to miss a few cup races for some things, but it's good to come here and run well. The car felt great, and I really do like this track.
What did you think of the racing that happened throughout the race today?
The racing was actually pretty good. Much better, I think, than the Xfinity race, and heck, I won that race. But the 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 package at this racetrack, I think, produces good racing. I mean, we had some good battles, side by side battles, especially at the stage, and I think this is better than Daytona, and even here we had teammates from I don't know what team it was, but they were just riding single file on the line earlier in the race, but it was kind of annoying, but I don't I don't know. I mean, you gotta protect your car and stuff. I was doing it too, but it wasn't as bad as Daytona, where they like did not make a move on the last lap for the win. So this race, I think, was far better, or at least the finish was far better than Daytona. So
All right, well, once again, a solid 4th place finish for you tonight, and we'll see you in Bristol.
Congrats
yep,
on your
thank you,
top 5.
thank you.
So that should just about do it for us tonight. Gonna see if anybody else wants to do one more final interview, wrapping up post race here in Atlanta. So we're gonna do one more interview with Luke Kruger here. And yeah, he didn't actually race, but he was apparently watching. So let's get this interview going.
I have a great question to ask him.
All right, so Luke Kruger, you didn't actually race today, but we'll see you in Bristol next week. So, what are your expectations for Bristol next week? How do you think you can run?
I don't know.
Well, okay. I guess I'll let Milko now.
What did you think of the race today? Did you get to see it?
Well, which was pretty boring. I mean, I didn't see a whole lot of passing. Actually, I didn't see any passing. I didn't see any crashes. Boring race.
Okay. I saw quite a few crashes.
All right,
Well,
so
I'm gonna go now.
all right, well, good luck in Bristol, I guess. Have fun there. Oh, he's gone now. All right, so that should just actually we're gonna do one more thing. We're gonna take a look at the last lap real quick. So on the final lap of this event, you saw Aiden Walker. I don't know what happened to him. We'll take a look at from his view. Not gonna go on board. Let's just take a look from his view. There you go on the final lap here. Aiden Walker running in P2. Cash Culp got to his rear bumper. Oh yeah, Culp just turned him there. And then Aiden Walker made an impressive save. Kind of gets safer than 32 McKinney. And then almost wrecked it once again.
Walker.
And then we'll take a look. Actually, if I can actually press the right buttons. There's Matthew White. You saw Cameron Chandler nearly got the run to his rear bumper. Here coming on the front straightaway. But just did not have the help behind him. Went to the outside, and Matthew White will pick up his first win of the year. Oh, actually got a big crash behind him. Saw the 08 of Wilkin, I think, took a big shot into the wall, so not what he needed to see. But we'll go over... cannot talk. We'll go over your results here real quick for the final time. So Matthew White picks up the race victory for tonight. Cameron Chandler comes home P2. Jamie McKinney comes home 3rd. Gio Turpin 4th. Aiden Walker comes home P5. Daniel Mosteller comes home in the 6th position. So Spike Shine Racing kind of got a little bit of a disappointing finish after leading all these laps here tonight. They finished 5th and 6th. Trenton Wilkin comes home 7th. Cash Culp comes home 8th. Jonathan Legger 9th. And Cole Wilson will wrap out your top 10 here in Atlanta. So that'll just about do it. Let me make sure there's no more post-race stuff to do.
Overall, I think today was a great race. There was a lot of good moves, good saves throughout all the drivers.
I mean, yeah, they ran single file for a little bit, but that's kind of to be expected here in super speedway style racing. But yeah,
I don't want to risk anything big, especially with like the position they were in at the moment.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun race to watch, though. 130 laps around Atlanta. We somehow got this race in. I didn't even think we were going to get this race in, to be honest, because we kept on having to push it back. Luckily, we got this race in here on Saturday. When there's rain in the real racing in NASCAR in speed weeks during this Saturday afternoon, we had some racing here on iRacing for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series, and we hope you guys all enjoy for tonight. And we'll be back in Bristol in less than a week for the Xfinity Series. So I don't think we got any post-race stuff to do. That'll just about wrap it up in Atlanta. So once again, I'm sorry the whole thing didn't work where you weren't able to commentate, but thanks for joining us for the interviews tonight, Milk.
Yep.
And yeah, that'll just about do it. So once again, thank you to all team owners, drivers, owners, officials, everyone race control involved in the series. That will do it in Atlanta. So, pretty fun weekend. Congratulations to your 2 winners this weekend, Gio Turpin and Matthew White. Both of them pick up their first wins of the season in FedEx. So once again, that'll do it. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. We will see you in Bristol for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Xfinity Series. I usually say goodnight, but it's only 4 o'clock, so Goodbye from Atlanta.
Some people might still go into sleep.